After the mass shooting that happened in Mississippi 3 days ago, a lot of events are beginning to cancel because there is a fear, or the city is tensed because of these shootings that keep happening in that city. Of course, it didn't really make it to the media like it should. There was a very, very massive shootings in one of the schools in Leland, Mississippi, where students actually came for homecoming, and then according to what they said, they had some arguments, and then that was how the guys started shooting, and 10 people lost their life. Some people are saying 6, some people are saying 4, but you know what the media looks like, it will always hold it. But then let's listen to these videos, then I'll be back with the commentaries.
Now, you're probably reading this headline right here and thinking, why have I barely heard anything about this, if anything at all? This mass shooting killed 6 people and wounded 20 at a high school homecoming game. This is the deadliest mass shooting of 2025 so far, but the media and the whole left is ignoring it. Usually they say, oh, gun control, but they're ignoring it in this situation. Let's figure out why. Names of the shooters are Tivion Powell, William Bryant, Morgan Lattimore, and Latoya Powell. Here they all are right here. They're all black. And the names of the victims: Horishama Johnson, Calvin Plant, Shelbyana Powell, and Caslin Johnson. They're all black. See, the left and the media like to politicize shootings normally, right? It's always the perfect time for them to push their gun control narrative. But they conveniently never talk about it when it's black on black crime or inner city violence. This is how they can continue to push that narrative that young white men are the scariest people, because they hide the fact that this stuff happens. The point is, if they actually cared about gun control or gun violence like they claim they do, this would be everywhere right now. No one would shut up about it.
There was a mass shooting in Leland, Mississippi last night. Yeah, there was 4 people killed, 4 are in critical, and then like another 8 or so have been injured. Yeah, I was just curious when the Guard's going to go down to Mississippi, because it sounds like they're kind of a lawless state. But just asking. And his doctor released the findings of his 6-month yearly exam and said he's in great shape. Yeah, he had his COVID booster and his flu shot because he gets vaccinated, but said his cardiovascular age is like 14 years younger than his actual age. Yeah, you know, they measure that by things like BMI, blood pressure, and healthy eating habits. You know, his BMI, I'm sure, is perfect, and his blood pressure, you know, he's on those meds just cause, and we know he eats healthy. So yeah, let's go enjoy this cool Saturday. See ya.
Some idiots in Mississippi have absolutely ruined fun events for high school football programs. It was announced today that Picayune would not hold any homecoming events because of the recent shootings in Mississippi. Nobody did anything in Picayune, but the idiots across the state scared Picayune enough to cancel their events. And I can't really blame them. And they aren't the first school to do this. Clarksdale had to do the same thing. They had to cancel some of the events for the students because people were shooting up around the school. Just this past weekend, we almost had double-digit people killed at high school football games and events. A person was killed at Alcorn State homecoming. A child was shot at Jackson State's homecoming. 2 people were killed at Heidelberg, Leland at some events, 6 people were killed, and then someone was shot at South Delta. You see the problem here? It's not just the people who are shooting and the people that are sadly losing their lives. It's everybody around them that's having to deal with this. Mississippi high school football games are a mess right now. We already have parents that think that they can yell at these kids and refs and all that, but now the shootings have cost people fun events. The fun is being taken away. And it's just a few idiots that are doing this too. So I hope this changes, and I hope that these schools are able to have their homecoming events like normal in the future.
I wanted to basically bring something up that basically happened in Leland, Mississippi, that happened October 11, 2025, not too long ago, where 6 people was basically pronounced dead and a few others are still injured to this day. From my understanding, There was a mass shooting that happened at Leland High's homecoming game, October the 11th. And again, it was literally a mass shooting. When I tell y'all, my entire Facebook was flooded out of people that was literally traumatized. A lot of people talk about how the shooting just happened out of nowhere, and nobody really understands the connection or reasonings behind why this mass shooting has occurred. So far, from my understanding, 4 to 5 individuals have already been charged with capital murder, but we know how Mississippi are. When a lot of things are not basically being broadcast or talked about too much, a lot of this shit is being pushed under the rug, and people do not get justice as they should. I do want to bring awareness and attention to those that did lost their lives during this shooting, which was Arishama Johnson, Calvin Plant, Shelbyana Powell, Caslin Johnson, and I do apologize if I mispronounce any names. Amos Brantley, he died of his injuries shortly after the shooting. And shortly afterwards, it was reported that a member by the name of Jermichael Jones also passed away as well, basically succumbing from his injuries. There was a lot of just senseless shit happening in my city and in my state. You know, there's a lot of people pointing fingers, stating that it was Greenville that started it. Some people are saying that it was some beef between Leland and Greenville. I really don't give a fuck, because again, all of these shootings that was happening, every last one of those people were innocent. None of those people had nothing to fucking do with what the fuck was going on. I pray for my little small areas in Leland, especially since this has happened so suddenly and everybody was just trying to have a good fucking time, enjoy themselves, especially since Greenville had a curfew. And then for all of this shit to occur is insane. I'm not putting no blame or fault on anybody, because again, this shit was fucking senseless, other than the motherfuckers that decided to go out there and take so many lives for no fucking reason. I'm praying for Leland, Mississippi. You know what I'm saying? And I hope justice is fucking served.
What's up, Trouble Girls, and what is up, Trouble Was? I'm not sure if y'all heard about what was going on in Leland, Mississippi, but I'm here to tell y'all, for starters, I am a Leland High School alumni. I graduated 2017. However, last night was our homecoming, and I did not attend. This was the first homecoming that I did not attend because I had some important things to do, but that's not the reason why I'm making this video. The reason why I'm making this video is because our homecoming that was supposed to be a great homecoming where people travel from out of town to come home and, you know, celebrate their family, friends, class, and have a good time overall, turned into a tragedy. There was a massive shootout leaving 30 people shot, 10 unalive. Now, I'm not sure if that's the correct number, but that's the number that I'm seeing going around, floating around on social media. Majority of the people who were shot were women. Now, as of right now, don't nobody really know who did this, but people are speculating that it's definitely not nobody from Leland, and it was people who were coming out of town. Honestly, I'm going to believe that, because you got surrounding areas that are surrounding Leland, Mississippi, whose city is on lockdown. So they can't go to no club, they can't go out, they can't parlay. At a certain time, they got to be in the fucking house. So instead of just going home after curfew, they came to Leland because they wanted to turn up, and that's absolutely fine. Go have y'all a good time, but y'all could have kept that bullshit at home. Y'all seriously could have kept that bullshit at home. That's the reason why y'all city was on lockdown. Still is on lockdown. Now y'all done came to our city finna get ours on lockdown. It's weird, because if y'all not gonna have no state troopers at each location to stop people from coming to the city to have a good time, when they city on lockdown, keep their ass in they city. Don't let them come nowhere else. Let them come to Leland. Don't let them go to Cleveland. Don't let them go nowhere else. Keep their ass in their city, because when you let them go somewhere else, more bad shit happen. I'm just so irritated. I tried to be the news reporter, but baby, this shit got me so motherfucking mad, because my daddy was outside and my daddy lost his phone. Motherfuckers calling me this morning asking me, where your daddy at? We found his phone. What do you mean you found his phone and you ain't found him with it? But my daddy is okay. But that's what I'm saying. That y'all done did too much. I'm not even going to Leland today. Didn't go yesterday, but I'm for sure not going today. Pray for my city, y'all, and I'm sending nothing but love, support, and my condolences to all the people who lost their loved ones. This shit is fucked up.
Breaking news. We got 2 brand new. Fucked around and found out grand champions, and boy, oh boy, did these 2 future rocket scientists, engineers, and possibly even a couple of astronauts find a way to supremely fuck their lives up for good. You may remember Friday night in Mississippi was absolute chaos and carnage in predominantly black communities due to the culture rot that's run rampant through them, with these 2 geniuses leading the way for now. Until they catch the real mass shooters from up in Leland, Mississippi, these 2 will have to suffice. Anyway, we got 2 arrests here. One of them were arrested, Saturday morning. That would be Damarin Starks. And then today, they arrested Tyler Goodloe. Jasper County Sheriff says that 19-year-old Demarion Starks was arrested today and charged with 1 count of accessory after the fact and 1 count of tampering with physical evidence. Sheriff also confirmed that at least 4 others are expected to be arrested in connection with the crime, including Starks and Tyler Jared Goodlow. That's the taller one here on Saturday. Goodlow, 18 years old, was arrested and taken into custody as a person of interest. He was later charged with 2 counts of capital murder. That means he does, in fact, qualify for the death penalty. Fingers crossed they actually go for it. They don't just let him plea out to life in prison. He was also charged with 1 count of possession of a deadly weapon on educational property. Goodlow's bond was set at $2,010,000. The sheriff confirmed that 2 victims were found, a 35-year-old Chris Newell of Laurel and a 28-year-old Makia McCrary, also of Laurel. One of them were found dead on the baseball field there at Heidelberg High School, and the other was found dead in the tailgating area. Look, this is one of those sad situations where 2 people lost their lives and 2 to 4 more lose their lives also by having to go to jail forever. But you get 4 piece of trash thugs off the street, that just makes the streets safer for you and I. Good job, Jasper County Sheriff's Department, and anybody else that was involved in the arrest of these pieces of trash. And good luck to the people searching for the real mass shooters from up in Leland, Mississippi, where 6 people died and 10 more were shot Friday night as Black Democrat death culture completely wreaked havoc on my great state of Mississippi.
Let's talk about this mass shooting that happened in Leland, Mississippi over the weekend. This happened right after a high school homecoming game on Friday, October the 11th. This shooting left 6 people dead and 12 others injured. The shooting took place around midnight in the downtown area of Leland near the intersection of 4th Street and North Main Street, where a large crowd had gathered for homecoming celebrations. There was a disagreement among several individuals, and that's where this incident started. According to the Washington County Coroner's Office, 4 victims were pronounced dead at the scene, while 2 more died from their injuries at the hospital. A total of 16 people were shot. No arrests have been made in connection with the mass shooting, but however, the investigation is active and arrests are anticipated. The FBI has released surveillance photos of 4 unknown suspects, which one was a female and the other were 3 males. I've seen the pictures, and to me, it looks like kids. The unknown suspects, they really look like kids to me. Either way it goes, it's a sad incident that should have never occurred. People are so quick to pull out weapons, it's ridiculous.
2 high school football teams have canceled their last regular season game for a reason that I think is pretty lame. So Choctaw County and Houston were supposed to play Halloween night, October 31st this year. But now the game is canceled, and the last home game for the seniors of Choctaw County, they won't have that game. Instead, they will be having a pep rally. Now, you might be wondering, why are these 2 Mississippi high schools canceling this game? Is it because of the recent violence that's been going on in Mississippi? The great reporter Robbie Falk talked to the head coach of Choctaw County, and he said that it was a mutual decision between the 2 schools since it was a non-district game before the playoffs. So it sounds like these schools just didn't want to get anyone hurt the final game of the season before the playoffs. A great idea on the basis, but I think it's actually pretty lame. If you're scared about your starters getting hurt, then play your backups. This may be the game for them. This may be the time that the young players can get some run. And not all these kids are going to be playing college football. And for the seniors especially, this might be one of the last games they play. Every single night, a team suits up for high school football. It's a privilege. Now, Choctaw County School District did release this, saying it was an unforeseen circumstance, which I'm not really sure what the unforeseen part is, but maybe we don't have the full story just yet. But from the outside looking in, I suggest that they play this football game.
Meanwhile, shout out to those creators. That's a good one. Right. Now, the thing I have to say here is, why is there this mass shooting everywhere in America, even till this time, right? And again, another thing that, hurts me in this whole issue the most is that these people have been arrested, and guess what? They're all blacks. What would have happened? Why would you find it interesting or fun to take your own brother's life? All because you guys have a misunderstanding. It's crazy. And tomorrow, if National guards are being deployed, you start screaming. Why would they deploy these people to our city? They are trying to do this to us. But the thing is, there are really, really bad people in town. Imagine these people now that are doing these shootings now, have spoiled it for a lot of people. Ordinarily, there would have been events going on for the weekend, but people are beginning to shut it down because they are scared. Because allegedly, some of those people who were involved in the shootings are even alleged. But that's the thing. In my own opinion, they should take away guns from people in America. America is beautiful. America is sweet. But you see that part that has got to do with gun, allowing people have access to gun as they can. I can never be in support of it. Yes, I don't like it. As a matter of fact, if I am living with you in a house, whether you're a man or a woman, and I find out that you have gun, I am packing out of your house and I am leaving, because I know anything can happen. We're all humans. Someone can be triggered by anything, right? No one is perfect. I might decide to hurt you, and the next thing you do, you take your and pew me. No, what I do is I'll just avoid you. But honestly, let's be fair and let's all agree to this. Let them take away guns from people. I feel it should happen. If not, this is crazy. A whole lot of people unalived by guns in America. It's too much. It's too much. A lot of people will be like, "Oh, we love America," but you see the gun parts is very scary, because these people who are unalived are people's kids. They are people's family member. It's crazy. Your daughter, your son went for an event in school, and then they're coming back with the body, or they're calling you to tell you that you should come, that has happened. Or maybe when they're going, your heart will never be at rest because you don't know what will happen out there. So that is how crazy this is. And that is why I keep saying, if I'm the one, I'll advocate for gun violence in Nigeria, in America, right? So that is it. That is my own opinion. And that's what I have to say. I want to hear yours in the comment. Do you think it should be taken away from people, or do you think it should be left alone? That is a normal way of life or anything, which I don't subscribe to. I don't agree with. Let me hear your thoughts in the comments. Do not forget to subscribe, share, like, and comment. I love you all so much. It's me, Blessing, your sister, your friend from Global Just BJ. I'll see you on the next one. Bye.